Nancy Guthrie joining us this morning. Nancy, how you doing?
I am doing just fine. Thank you for having me on.
Has it been a year since you've been on the show?
At least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I see occasionally on council meetings
Yeah.
when you do
The opening
yeah.
opening prayer.
Of course, Nancy with Good Shepherd Lutheran Church. Before we get into our interview, which is going to be on the Circus today, it's going to be a fun interview. Now that Pastor Gore is gone, and I really miss him because he was a good friend of ours here. Do you have a new pastor, or how's that working?
The way that the Lutheran Church, the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America works is we have supply pastors or an interim pastor, which at this point we're having supply pastors. That means week by week. Sometimes it's the same person, sometimes it's a different person, depending on their schedules.
So you bring in a pinch hitter that...
yeah, pinch hitters. And at the same time as that's going on, the council has elected a call committee. And the call committee is 6 people plus an alternate, plus the president of council sits in on that. And that call committee has just completed what's called the Ministry Site Profile, MSP. And the Ministry Site Profile details who we are, what we're like, what our goals are. You know, basically just tells everything about Good Shepherd to any prospective pastors who would be looking, you know, and available for positions.
Right.
So we're in that process at this point. Our MSP is just being finalized. Will be voted on by the council tomorrow night. That'll be submitted, and then a few weeks after that we will be given by the Synod, the Northeastern Ohio Synod officials, will be given 3 names of people who will be available, and then we start the interview process.
Do you know, because you're involved, do you know if you've got 3 possibly people that would be interested?
Oh, there are many, I believe.
Really?
Yes, who would be interested. We are a prime church for those who are available. We have grown and many churches have declined. Our facilities are great, the opportunities here are great, so we believe that it will be, you know, no issue. Now here's what we are looking for though, here's what's important, and that is we realize, and we knew this already for a few years, but we realize that we are too big of a congregation for one person to actually service as, you know, as they should be. And Pastor Gore couldn't do it all. And I picked up a lot of the, you know, the stuff that he couldn't get to, but still, the people were deserving of more than one person could handle. So what we're looking for is a full-time pastor and a half-time youth and family minister. That's our goal. So that the
you could afford that. You could do that.
What we're hoping for is a couple so that it would end up not being as expensive, and perhaps someone with less experience than Pastor Gore had, so that again it would be, you know, a little less expensive.
Yeah.
We believe that we can do it.
Good. Good. Your congregation has grown so much since Pastor Gore took over. He was great for the community. He was a good supporter of AM Live. He really was. He would come on. We had a good time. Always a good sense of humor and stuff. I do miss him.
Yes.
He did come and see me just before he left, when you had the reception for him. He came that Friday, I think it was.
Yeah.
And we did the hugging and all that sort of stuff. And he said his goodbyes and stuff, and I really give him credit. And I put him on the air. He didn't want to go on the air. He said, I really don't want to. And I said, please, just say goodbye to the audience here. And he did. So it was kind of a bittersweet moment because I hated to see him go, but I know that he had plans on moving on, and he said he might still come back, you know, and visit
On occasion.
on occasion.
Yeah.
You know.
I think, our plans and God's plans don't always match.
Correct. Correct.
And this is one of those cases. Not only the people of Good Shepherd, but Pastor Gore. He originally had no intention of doing anything but staying here and retiring here.
Yeah.
But God had different plans. And Pastor Gore was and is a builder, as we experienced, and one of the things that he brought to our congregation was the fact that he built up the lay leadership so that we are pretty much functioning on our own right now.
Yeah.
And we're keeping things stable and just kind of waiting.
You know what's kind of neat, Nancy, is when he first came to me to be on the show. Well, we went back to radio days when he first got here, and then we moved on to this. But he came to me with the plan for the family center.
Yes.
And that was his goal, and he really, really wanted to see that happen. And he even mentioned it that last day that I saw him before he left to go down to Florida. Was I really had hoped to be able to see that happen and, watch it flourish, but of course it didn't happen.
Well,
yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
It is not a dead project just
No.
because Pastor Gore left.
Right.
It is one of our long-term goals. We still have the support of Dave Levesque at the Evergreen Lake Park. And as a matter of fact, on I believe it's August 2nd.
It is. The classic car show.
Right.
Yeah.
That's still going on, and that is to benefit the future family center.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's going on. Pastor Gore is currently in Pensacola, Florida. He is doing what he did here.
Same thing.
With
basically.
the congregation. He is a builder. That congregation is at a sort of a low point because of some things that happened in their past. And he'll do the same thing with them as he did with us, I have no doubt.
Kind of neat about him is he kind of turned, with him leaving, he kind of turned it back to his congregation to say that it wasn't me, it's
Absolutely.
God that we were respecting, and you can handle this, you can take it over, and I thought that was so cool.
And he has said that from the beginning. Don't give me the credit. It's God who gets the credit. He just happens to be using me at this point.
Right. Good stuff.
So,
that's good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
And you got good stuff coming up. Is it next Thursday?
It is. Next week on Thursday, the Killy Miller Circus will be down at Lakeview Park, again, the same location as the Independence Day
4th of July
Festival, down there. And the shows are at 4:30 and 7:30.
Okay.
So 2 shows. The tickets that you would purchase or that we have to give away here are good for either show. So you don't have to say, I'm coming to this show or I'm coming to that show. You can choose whichever one you want.
Cool. That's cool.
The children's tickets are for ages 2 through 11. Under age 2, bring them all. It doesn't cost anything. They will enjoy it just as much as anybody else.
Yeah.
And then ages 12 through adult is the other set of tickets.
How much is the worth?
Yeah, right now, before the day of the circus, the children's tickets are $6. And the 12 and over tickets are $10. But on the day of the circus, you cannot purchase them at any of our ticket outlets. You have to purchase them at the circus, and they are $15. That's considerably more.
Oh yeah.
And
I don't think you guys make any money on those, do you?
Very little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hardly anything.
Would they still bring in the elephants and all that sort of stuff?
Yep.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, I believe that they have a few new acts that we didn't see in previous years.
Really?
Yeah, so that should be really
We've
interesting.
gone to those, and we always had a good time. Unfortunately, the time we went recently it was so hot,
Oh,
in that big top.
yes.
But what was kind of neat, we also went down early in the morning to watch the elephants help, and they actually the elephants don't do a whole bunch, but they're involved in it like the old days that you see in the movies and stuff. Help put the big top up, and I'll tell you what, it's a job. These workers really work their tails off to do this.
They do, and they have it down to a system
They do.
of who is doing what, when, and in what location.
Yeah.
They just move right from one thing to the next. It's great.
Bring your cameras, your video cameras, and take pictures of this. I'll tell you what, it's just bring the kids because
Yeah.
it's something to see. It's something that's kind of an art form that we don't see that much anymore. And thankfully, the Good Shepherd Lutheran Church has carried on the tradition of having this circus here the last few years. I don't think you were here last year, were they? Or was it the year before?
I time kind of gets away
Oh,
from me.
tell me
There
about
was
it.
one year that we did skip.
Yeah, maybe it was the year before last, but they skipped.
Yeah, it
but,
might have been.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's a great circus and a lot of good talent.
Yes, and we have a wonderfully talented person riding the elephant this year as the guest.
Oh, who's
as
the guest elephant
The
rider?
guest elephant rider this year is Jim Kennedy, who is the principal
Yep.
of Lakeshore
Yep.
Elementary School. So all of the children who come will know him well, and I think we'll be pleased to see that.
I think you had Tim Eggleston on
Yes.
1 year.
That was last year, as a
That
matter of
was
fact.
last year.
Yes.
And before that, gosh, oh man, was it Tom Udell maybe? I can't
Yes,
remember. Maybe
yes.
it was Tom.
Yes, it was
And one
Tom.
year I got invited to be on, but I chickened out. I didn't do it. But I do remember that one of the guys that rode the elephant the year before me said, "Whatever you do, wear blue jeans because their hair is kind of needly, you know."
Yeah.
And but I'm not a person that gets up, and I don't like height at all. So getting on an elephant was a little bit high for me, so I didn't do it. I kind of chickened out. But I know Tim. I think Tim did it at least one show.
Yep.
You know.
He did both shows.
Did he do both shows?
Yes, he did.
Well, he lives right around the corner, so he could probably do that. So that's great. I think that's super.
Yeah, we're real excited about that. And during the intermission time, I believe that it is, the children can ride the elephant as well.
Really?
Yeah, and I believe there's a cost to that, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But they...
Somebody told me did they ride the giraffe or something? There was another animal that got some of the kids were telling me one year they called in and said, I rode, it wasn't an elephant though. It might have been a giraffe or something.
Well, they have horses that
Maybe
you can
horses.
ride.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, do they have tigers and lions and all that stuff?
No lions, but tigers.
Do they really? I did see a tiger last year, I believe it was. And it's great. It's a great time. It really is.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, yeah. Now you have some other things you want to announce.
Yes, the first and most time constraint here is the Vacation Bible School. Good Shepherd and Corpus Christi parishes are together sponsoring a Vacation Bible School that begins next week on Monday. And you can register through the Good Shepherd office or through the Corpus Christi office. Or you can show up on Monday at 9 o'clock. If you just completed 4th grade or higher, you will definitely need to register ahead because those kids do a special mission project.
Now, what are the dates that this takes place?
Let me look at your calendar. The July 14th,
Which is Monday.
Monday, through July 18th.
Okay. Is
Monday
that the same one
through-
I got a flyer on? Would that be?
Don't know. Monday through Friday, the 14th through the 18th, beginning at 9 in the morning. And if you want to have your child eat breakfast there, we have made arrangements to serve breakfast at 8:30. So they can come there, have breakfast at 8:30, begin the Vacation Bible School at 9 until 12, and then there is a sack lunch that they can take home with them.
This is at Good Shepherd Lutheran
At Good
Church.
Shepherd Lutheran Church,
Okay.
in conjunction with Corpus Christi Parish.
Good. Excellent.
Held
Excellent.
at Good Shepherd.
I always thought, and I never went to Bible school when I was a kid. I mean, I didn't even have it. It was so many years ago. But it's a really good thing for the youngsters to go to during the time off in the summertime. So it's kind of neat.
Yes.
You had another thing coming
This,
up too.
by the way, the theme of the Vacation Bible School this year is that it's a jungle safari. So it's going to be very interesting, I think. Yeah. The other two items that I have are for later on, for in August. During the D-Day celebration in August, there will be parking available at Good Shepherd Lutheran Church, but believe me, you need to get there early. Our entire west lot will be taken up by reenactors, so that will not be available. We will have our main lot available for parking by donation.
Okay.
And the date, I think that is the 23rd of August. The 23rd of August is that. And the day before that, while D-Day activities are still going on, the Friday is our perch dinner.
You had that last year.
We
It was
did.
fantastic.
It's all fresh caught perch by the members of Good Shepherd. My husband is the head chef there, and we have a committee of.
Does he have a special recipe?
Well, he uses one main ingredient and then he doctors it up. So
Yeah.
it's good.
I know your husband, so that I'm sure it's very good.
It is.
So you got some stuff coming up. You have a busy summer.
Yes, we do. As well, before that, we have our rummage sale on the first weekend of August, the 1st and 2nd, and then the car and bike show out at Evergreen on the 2nd.
Did you guys have your usually the recycling day?
The recycling day happened in June.
Was it in June?
Yes, we're hoping to have another. Or wait, was it May? Might have been late in May. Yeah, it might have been late in May. We're hoping to have another one in the fall.
Good.
We'll keep you posted on that.
Yeah, let us know. Now that Pastor Gore's gone, I'm going to have you be the liaison for the show here. If you have anything you want to come on, just let me know. You know how to get a hold of me.
Sure.
And little reminder before I let you go, Circus time, show times, give it out the information.
4:30 and 7:30 next week on Thursday. Tickets are before the Circus day.
In advance.
In advance, ending on the 16th. Tickets are $10 for adults, anybody ages 12 and over, or for children ages 2 through 11, they are $6. And we highly encourage you to purchase them in advance. The ticket outlets are Good Shepherd Lutheran Church office across from Township Park, Port Conneaut Federal Credit Union, Orlando's uptown, the grocery store, the Tony Orlando's in North Kingsville, and on Route 193, and in Ashtabula, the Community First Credit Union.
Are the kids' tickets changed? Does that go up?
Yes,
Nancy?
that goes up $1.
To $7.
Yes, $7 on Circus Day at the Circus.
So you want to get them in advance if you want to save some bucks.
$10 for the 12 and up goes up to $15.
Yeah.
So considerable savings there.
Good. Nancy will be back next Tuesday.
Thank you for having me on.